He's the assistant in Remember the Titans.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Will Patton is.
This guy is in Remember the Titans.
Ed Harris is not in Remember the Titans.
You know what? Now that I look at him, they must be. Are they brothers?
No, they don't look anything alike.
Damn, Big T, you lost the no yes off.
That was tough.
Welcome back to Nanodosing. It is
Macrodosing.
Thursday, Macrodosing. Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday, the 15th, January 15th, and we had a cool little episode planned. We still do. It's gonna be a good episode. I just won't be partaking in it because of Eric, and that's okay. He's a good guy.
This
Give
is
the old dog ate his homework excuse.
You've been late a couple times, which is no big deal. Whatever, it's your show. This is really the first time I think PFT's been exceptionally late, and you were here on time. And we're recording very early this morning. We said we were going to record at 8 to work around some different stuff. I was here at like 7:15. Arian hopped on at 8, and then at 8:06. We got a text, hey, my alarm didn't go off. My bad. Be in ASAP. Okay, no big deal. And then at 8:33, sorry, guys, I fucked up. I'm on the road, but it's very snowy and traffic sucks ass right now. My ETA is 8. And that was at 8:33. I said, does that mean 8 minutes? Was that supposed to say 9 o'clock? He still hasn't responded, so I don't know what that means. But that's
kind of like 30 minutes. My ETA is 30 minutes ago.
My ETA is 8. Maybe it was supposed to be minutes, and he was doing voice to text, and it didn't.
It's all good. He's a hardworking man, man.
For sure.
Pass, it's all right, but definitely gotta bust his balls.
So we were recording early because Arian's got to leave, so now he's gonna have to leave before we really start.
Yeah. So I just wanted to pop in, say hello to all the Macrodosians. I have an amazing outfit on. For those that can't see it, it's maroon and gray. Very proud of it. I don't match well normally, but when it comes to golf, I have a thing.
What brand were those pants? No free shout outs, but
hey, Red Vanley, dog. Like
they're just gonna rip us again.
I keep it a bean. Red Vanley. I mentioned them on the pod. They sent a whole bunch of stuff, man. So I'm very appreciative. I can't even front. Got to talk to the CEO, you know.
Well, I didn't mean to set you up for an ad. Now it sounds like we were doing an ad.
It is not an ad. It's just love. That's just organic love. Like we make it know what we selling. You know what I'm saying? We make it known. I'm not selling no Red Valley. That's just love. If I like a product, I'm entitled to say I like it. Some good shit, man.
You got anything on your mind before ETA 8 shows up?
Head ass. You know what, man? No. I've gotten off social media and I feel like my mind is clearer. I took a break. I haven't been on it for about 4 or 5 days.
So you have not seen the Eric Adams crypto?
I have not, but that is why I got off.
I mean, I was planning on everybody being here for this, but this feels like something you should find out about.
Yeah, please.
So Eric Adams launched a crypto called NYC Token. And he said, this is unbelievable. He said this crypto is going to combat anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism.
Oh, yeah.
So it launches the other day, and it actually shot up really high from what I saw. And then he immediately rug pulled and removed all of his liquidity from it, and it completely crashed. And so I saw one
people still falling for this
I
shit.
saw one tweet that said, Mayor Adams, I spent my life savings on NYC Token, but now that you rug pulled me, I'm even more Semitic than I've ever been. Can you please advise?
That is hilarious. Did he ever go into like how the currency is going to combat anti-Semitism?
He gave a press conference in Times Square, and I didn't watch it. I don't know. He just said it was going to combat anti-Semitism. and that it was going to restore. Oh, and then yesterday, he was getting off a plane, and a woman walks up to him and is like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit," this, that, and the other. And he goes, "You can go fuck yourself. I'm not the mayor anymore. You're going to see the Brooklyn in me."
Yeah, I like that shit. Let's see who you really are now, man.
Post-mayor Eric Adams could be a hell of a character.
I mean, right? He's going for the gusto right now. I like it. Hey, man, shout out to Eric Adams, man. Let your hair down in the society. Be you, player.
His
That's
tweet
hilarious.
from January 12th is, "Proud to launch NYC Token, a new token built to fight the rapid spread of anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism across the country and in New York City." And there's a community note. Former Mayor Eric Adams immediately withdrew his liquidity from the coin in what is typically called a rug pull.
That's hilarious. I want to start a crypto called rug pull.
Just be
And just
upfront
see-
about it.
And see if people still do it.
I bet it would actually go to the moon.
And fuck around, dude. Rug pull crypto. Come waste your money with me. That'd be fun. Well, that concludes my time on Macro. You guys are gonna get a full dose of Eric. It's gonna be a great episode. And Brandon Walker coming in. Man, I miss him. But
He was supposed to be here at 8:30 too. I don't know.
And he's in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's all right, man. I got to shake, but hey, it's lovely seeing all your beautiful faces. Yeah, wish me well.
What's your goal score today?
My goal is always to break 80. It's kind of my fault why I haven't broken 80 yet, because I always play with dudes who play for the tips, right? And we probably shouldn't with our handicaps, but that's just how they play. When they play money games, they play from the tips. And so my scores are all like low 80s, mid to low 80s from the tips. So like if I play whites, I will absolutely break. You know what I'm saying? But I'm having 230-yard par threes and shit, 500-yard par fours. It's just it's hard. It's a tough game, but the skill set is getting there. So
Love to hear that.
yeah. All right, man. Hey, y'all have a beautiful weekend. Macrodosians, stay safe. Avoid the bookings.
That's the
Peace.
show. Macrodosing is brought to you by Pardon My Cheesesteak. Pardon My Cheesesteak has teamed up with Penn Station East Coast Subs to offer a new cheesesteak that raises the bar even higher for cheesesteak lovers. Introducing the Mega Cheesesteak, a limited time offer for this football season. The one-of-a-kind sub is built with a mega portion of steak, pepperoni, provolone, and American cheeses, sautéed onions, mushrooms, banana peppers, and mayo. Penn Station has been around for 40 years, is huge in the Midwest, and is the OG in craveable grilled subs. Available exclusively at all 320 Penn Station locations, you can literally watch your Mega Cheesesteak sizzle and melt on the grill. The Mega Cheesesteak with fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and a fresh baked cookie, that's an undefeated combo. Penn Station Subs is the only place where fans can get the Mega Cheesesteak. Order it in-store, online, or through the Penn Station app for delivery.
Okay, welcome back to Macrodosing. This is PFT. I am late. I apologize. I take full accountability, but I also put 50% accountability on Zach, who slept in yesterday, and I feel like I caught it from him.
So it's contagious.
It's contagious, or it's like, I don't know if you've read it, Freakonomics, Brandon. You seem like a Freakonomics guy.
Yeah, I haven't.
In Freakonomics, I read like 20 years ago that when there's an airplane crash, there's the highest likelihood of another airplane crash within the next couple days.
Okay, there was definitely like a rap album called Freakonomics like in 98.
Yeah.
98,
yeah.
99.
That sounds like a good like old school. Maybe like the follow up to Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sure, you're
Yeah.
not thinking of basic thugonomics.
Well, there
John
was
Cena.
that, but we also had Freakology. We had we had all freaking was going crazy in the 90s. There was definitely a Freakonomics at some point.
Did you ever freak dance?
I never freak danced. No, I never freak danced.
Do you guys know what freak dancing is? Without looking it up.
No.
Not really.
Are you Googling it?
No, I was looking up Freak Nick.
Okay.
Which
There
is
was
a,
Freaknik. We had Freak Fest as well down in
Oh, really?
Mississippi. Yes.
Mad Dog McKinsey, are you familiar with freak dancing?
No.
No one's
I'm
ever
not.
used that term around you.
No.
That was big. Maybe it's a Mid-Atlantic thing. Maybe it was
No, I think it was
A DC
Southern.
thing.
It's ringing a bell.
freak dancing was it's just another word for grinding.
Yeah.
Like-
Listen,
Like heavy grinding.
the word freak was everywhere just because it was in the heyday of band lyrics and everything, and you just couldn't say fuck.
Super freak.
Yeah.
Super freak.
Is that why?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Freaking as opposed to fucking.
Because now they just don't care.
No, they just say fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fuckology and fuckonomics.
Yeah. So much like the theory that airplanes, they crash one after the other because subtly the pilot, if they see a pilot crashing on purpose,
yeah,
they think that maybe it's okay to do that, and then they do it again. It's kind of
Wait, run that by me
I've always
again?
subscribed to the theory PFT. If flight 219 crashes on Tuesday and I'm on 219 on Wednesday, I feel better than ever. There's no way 219's crashing tomorrow.
right.
I tend to subscribe to that as well.
I would think the same thing. It's like, okay, there's going to be, increased scrutiny on whatever the protocols are,
Yeah.
whatever caused that. They're going to
Yeah.
pay more attention
Kind
to
of
it.
a wake-up call.
Yeah, but they said that they had it backed up by stats and data when you look, at least like worldwide, that if a pilot sees another pilot intentionally crash their plane, they think, oh, I could do that.
How often are pilots intentionally crashing
Yeah.
planes?
I don't know.
The Malaysian guy.
Well, we don't know.
We think.
There's an update on that.
Really?
There's an update. Yeah, they're doing it.
Today?
Yeah.
What a random time to have an update on.
Yeah, well, it's this whole week. They're doing a search on it. So this Australian dude, he became obsessed with finding out where this plane went, and using open source data, he put together a peer-reviewed paper that came out in 2023, claiming that he knew exactly where it crashed, and then he put it all into facts and easily like verifiable information taken from the flight systems of the plane, as well as like the satellite companies that monitor the pinging of some of the devices that are on board that plane. He claims he found a spot that's not far from where they last searched for it, but they didn't search for it there. It's way off the coast of Western Australia, and they have a team out there right now, and it's a no recovery, no pay operation. So they're doing it on spec. This guy got together like a big underwater search team with unmanned underwater vehicles, and they're going down beneath the ocean, and they're scanning the entire floor in this one area. And if they find it, then they get paid by, I guess, the government. But if they don't find it, they don't get any money.
The government of who?
Malaysia, I think, is in charge of it.
Okay, all right.
But it's a massive operation, and it's expensive to have these crews out there on these big ships and send all these drones underwater.
And if they don't find it, they don't get nothing.
They don't get nothing.
But we are pretty sure the guy crashed it on purpose, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're pretty sure. We're like the people that tend to be experts in this field they seem like they're 100% sure, but they could always get something wrong.
I don't like that.
In
Just
what way?
The thought of that you could just get on a plane and the pilot could decide, you know what, everybody's going to die.
We're going down.
Yeah. It's probably the highest risk of anything when it comes to airline travel now. If you look at all the major crashes worldwide, it's either bad pilot error or it's a pilot that did something on purpose.
What happened with the one in India where they got up like 500 feet and then crashed?
They're still looking into that right now. They haven't put out the final report yet, and that one's actually interesting because it's the government of India has dragged their feet on a lot of the process, and they're not being super cooperative, and they're doing that because it seems like the investigators are pinning it on the pilot, and the Indian government doesn't want that associated with them. It's like, no, this guy, nobody in India would do something like that. Indian Airlines would not have a pilot that did that. So they're kind of stonewalling the investigation a little bit, but the speculation is that one of the two pilots hit the fuel cutoff switch a few seconds after takeoff, and then by the time the other pilot realized what was going on, it was too late to get the engines fully recovered to the point where it's going to generate lift. That's what they think is happening. So there's that. There's MH370, and there was the Germanwings pilot back in it was about 10, 12 years ago that did it. But for the most part, planes are very safe unless you have a pilot that is.
So I think we should be able to meet our pilot at the beginning.
I agree.
I'd like to be able to look him in the eye.
Did you watch the Nathan Fielder show?
No.
So his whole last season was about airlines and airline safety.
Yeah.
And his big point was that if you check a box saying that you're being evaluated or treated for a mental health issue, if it's anxiety, if it's depression, if it's autism, if it's ADHD, any of these things, they're probably going to just take away your pilot license. And so what we have, which I understand, like if you have a pilot that is severely dealing with some real issues. But what it actually turns into practice is that you have a lot of pilots that have these issues that just don't report them, and they don't get treatment for them. Because if you go to see a shrink, they can take away your whole job. So the logical outcome to that would be you should just mandate every pilot to go see a shrink.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Why isn't that?
That seems like
just mandatory.
The safest outcome. I don't know why they don't do it.
What if it then becomes the shrink? We have rogue shrinks who tell pilots to crash planes. Then we got issues.
Then that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Like psychiatrists, psychologists have these like homicidal tendencies.
Sure. And then they're like, you know what? Maybe your life doesn't sound that great. Maybe next time you're up in the air, it could be over real quick.
That could be an interesting book and/or film.
Yeah.
A psychologist who's telling these pilots to kill people.
All your passengers hate you.
A psychologist who's actually like a serial killer but has never killed a single person in their life.
Yeah. You know they all talk about you behind your back when you're up there in the cockpit. Mm-hmm. They make fun of your glasses when you fly.
What would be a title for that?
I'm trying to think of one that goes along with Scream. I don't know. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll get back to you too. Psych Out was coming to my mind, but I got to work on that.
Okay.
Put a pin in that one.
Yeah. Let's circle back.
Okay.
And I mean, by circle back, I mean like in months.
Yeah, we actually won't circle back to that.
By summer.
Put that one in a holding pattern.
Yeah.
Ha. That could be.
Ha.
Oh, how about this? The black box.
Why?
Well, maybe the psychiatrist's office, the walls are painted black.
Well, you're familiar with the black box on a plane.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Right, but that could just be any movie about plane crashes, not really a psychological thriller about plane crashes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry. I thought that was good.
I did like it.
Okay.
We're riffing, are we not?
That one has both plane connotations and it also has just sinister because the black box sounds spooky.
All I'm saying is this.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me the premise is black box, if you say the title's black box, I think, oh God, did the black box take over the plane and kill everybody?
Oh, now that's another good one.
That's so I think let's save the black box as a title until we have a plot about the black box.
Or what about a killer autopilot? Like a homicidal autopilot.
Now we're everything's gold here.
Yeah,
it's all gold.
This is good. We're giving away all the good stuff. I'm gonna put that in my movie. That's Big T. I will take credit for that.
There's a new movie on Netflix. That I'm really interested in, or it's a limited series called His and Hers.
I don't watch Netflix, so
a detective and a reporter who also happen to be exes find themselves on opposite sides of a murder investigation in their small Georgia town.
Now, why didn't they put this show on free TV?
I don't know. I mean, you're talking to guys who love putting stuff on Netflix.
Okay. Has nobody made this before? This seems like
I don't know.
What do you mean by opposite sides? Like one's the murderer?
I don't know.
One's the cop.
I'm reading you what I've got.
Maybe two cops with different theories.
Yeah, I don't know. It's 6 episodes. I think I'm gonna dig into that later. By the way, someone clearly made a call.
Yeah, I opened up Netflix last night and that was kind of spooky because my own voice started auto-playing to me.
That's why I have
spooky or awesome.
Well, no, it was spooky. It's weird. It's definitely weird. I thought I was in the wrong app. I was like, maybe I opened up YouTube. Maybe I don't know. Maybe my TV is playing podcasts now. But like when you open up Netflix, which is a dedicated button on your remote,
sure,
and then you hear your own voice immediately talking to you, that is I think I'm dead moment.
Is that why you overslept?
That might be why that, and also Zach, because Zach did it yesterday. So subtly in the back of my head, I was like, "Oh, I can oversleep."
Yeah, Zach can do it.
I have macro blocked on TikTok because I can't be scrolling and just have myself pop up. It freaks me out.
Really,
for the support.
It delights me.
Really,
I adore it. Whenever we watch these football games on Fox and whatever, and they have the commercials for FS1 for the morning show, and every time the commercial pops up, I stop everything I'm doing. Look at it and tell my wife if somebody's in the room.
Well, that's
say,
different.
Hey, wife, watch this.
That's different because you're on a commercial during like an NFL game.
Yeah, but
cool.
like, it's the same premise, right? It's
no,
still,
like if I'm scrolling and I'm watching,
like when our TikToks pop up, me and you, I watch them occasionally.
I can't.
You can't do it.
No.
I watch all of those, by the way.
Yeah.
When it's like speak when you see something.
Yeah, we
thanks.
speak the whole time.
And you usually speak the
And
whole
people melt
still
down.
mad about it, by the way.
Yeah.
A year later, still mad.
People melt down. What the fuck are you doing? You're talking.
You have a full conversation about the first guy that pops up and why you're not speaking
Yes.
about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
We've got some good ones coming.
Do
Yeah.
you?
I think the off season's going to be big.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, what about when Gus Johnson says your name?
That would be awesome. I've never seen it happen.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen it happen.
He says my name sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and that was passive aggressive as fuck. And
It
that
was,
was
yeah.
I didn't enjoy
was a
that.
direct shot.
I didn't enjoy that at all.
It was a direct shot.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Wake up
what's happening.
Barstool with Dave Portnoy, Big Cat, PFT.
Oh, does he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, occasionally. But yeah, the Netflix thing was actually, that was spooky when I opened it up last night. And it was just me and Big Cat just chopping it up.
It's the boys.
Pretty crazy. Okay, so we got Brandon in studio. Brandon, we're going to use your time here wisely because I know that you have mostly sports to get to. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy, busy morning.
Of course,
Where you
yes.
slept in as well
Yes.
and you didn't go on your show?
It was a sleeping in day.
It was a migraine day.
I had a migraine this morning. That's why I missed Wub. And I didn't know. You woke up to the snow. I drove here, and it was 38 degrees, 40 degrees. I got here, went and relaxed, came out 3 hours later, and the ground is covered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, roads were bad this
I
morning.
didn't even know it was supposed to snow.
I was skidding everywhere.
Yeah.
The weird systems in my car were turned on that I didn't know existed. It was not an easy commute into the office this morning, but it's kind of nice to wake up to surprise snow.
So the El Camino isn't the snow vehicle?
But the El Camino, it's on bricks until about
Okay.
March,
Okay.
maybe April.
Yeah.
Before, can we do 2 quick stories real quick that I need to know if y'all have seen?
Yes.
This is going to be quick.
The first one we talked about with Aaron. Have you seen Eric Adams' crypto
I did see Eric Adams' crypto alleged pump and dump yesterday.
that was
yes.
going to solve anti-Semitism?
Yes. Did it work?
I don't know.
We should ask Brandon. Did it work for you?
I didn't wake up. I'm not anti-Semitic this morning,
Okay.
or not as
Not as much.
not as much.
okay.
What? How would it cure anti-Semitism?
He said we are launching the NYC token,
Sure.
which is a new token built to fight the rapid spread of anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism across the country and now in New York City. And then he rug pulled it and made $3 million and completely tanked NYC token.
Wow. So he now on the backside, he was probably going to contribute to anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism.
One could reasonably conclude that.
If you bought a single cent of Eric Adams' exclusive NYC token,
Yeah.
you do not have any right to be upset about it getting rug pulled. That's 100% skill issue.
I don't understand falling for one of those now.
Me neither.
I don't understand falling for one of them ever, but at least in the height of it, you could argue, okay, well, they're trying to keep up with something. Now we're a year or 2 years past this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could pull it off anymore.
Yeah, apparently you can if you have a big enough platform. Brandon, you could do a rug pull. Yeah, you could.
Walk coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk-on would be good. No, it's Eric Adams doing this. What did you expect from Mayor Eric Adams? He is probably the most likely guy to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good category. Likely guys to do a rug pull who haven't done one yet.
In 2026?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Like who's on the watch list to do a rug pull?
I mean,
Trying to think of who has done it.
there's an obvious one.
I'm surprised, like those shows that people love on like not E and Bravo, but HGTV, like Chip and Joanna, for a good example. I feel like they could do one easily
Yeah.
if they put something out there like do this, and I think they could make so much money.
I
Who's
agree.
your obvious one?
Mincy?
Okay.
Well, like unintentional.
But is that even a rug pull?
I mean,
I feel like if Mincy asks you to borrow a quarter for lunch, that's a rug pull because you're never getting the shit back.
That's a rug trip.
yeah. I don't think it would be Mincy knowingly doing it, but there would be somebody that like became Mincy's confidant.
Oh yeah, somebody could get to Mincy and tell him, hey, by the way, you got the platform. Oh no, there's definitely some Ole Miss lawyers right now that have their eyes on Mincy to get in there.
For sure.
Hey, I got 4 seats to the game this Saturday, but I want to talk to you about something. Can you get to Oxford Friday night? Let's talk about something. And by Sunday, we're all on Mincy coin, wondering what happened.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. What would happen would be, we would understand what was going on in the office, and then we'd have to get in on it because we'd be like, what if this Mincy coin just goes to the moon?
Yeah.
And so we'd all buy it. Mincy would actually take money from us, I think. I think the biggest losers in that transaction would probably be Dave and Big Cat because they would buy a shitload of Mincy coin kind of as a joke just to see what happens with it, and then it would all disappear within a day, and then that would make Mincy's job security even higher afterwards.
I also feel like Mincy could steal $2 million from everybody here, and by Thursday of next week, there would be no evidence of the money. Like, he wouldn't even know where it is.
Yeah.
He would still be living how he is. He would still be getting free meals. He would have no idea where that $2 million is.
Yeah, I agree. Who do you think besides Mincy, outside these walls, what celebrity is primed, hot and ready to pull this off?
Has there been a Mr. Beast coin?
Oh, God, that's a perfect one.
I don't know. I feel like there has to have been,
He's
right?
been talking about a financial venture recently.
There has to have been a Mr. Beast coin.
I saw him preaching today that he doesn't have any money. He's in negative in his bank account.
You're kidding.
That's what he said.
If that's true, he should go to prison.
Yeah.
His whole thing is that he always talks about, like, I'll make $1 million on a video and then I put 990,000 back into the next video. Like, all of the money he makes just goes to his content.
But even if that's true, he should still be making 7 figures.
He's also not just making money from the videos anymore because
Well, no,
he's got
has
Mr.
chocolate.
Yeah, he's got chocolate. He's got burgers. He's got all these things. Like, he's making money from a lot of avenues. So he's probably lying.
It's like, you're welcome, guys. I'm putting all of the money I make back into the videos. Like, girl, get out of debt.
That's what you should do. Try that for like a month.
Well, I just
Take every cent you make.
Yeah.
Put it back into the next Macrodosing episode.
And then but what happens after that?
Don't know.
Then the videos just fall off big
There's
time.
no way for me to know.
What about Diego Pavia?
Yep.
I could see a Pavia coin, right?
Yeah.
But is anyone buying into that?
Well, no, because he's not going back to college.
I definitely think people like there's people that still like want to be Johnny, want to be Pavia. Like there's a subset of 18 to 22-year-old dudes that they would buy into that.
But that seems like it would also be a good loophole for NIL for like paying a college football player.
Yes.
If there was an alumni base, like which alumni base would be best suited to
5-star coin
to construct
LSU and Auburn.
Ole Miss. Ole Miss would do it.
I was thinking Stanford because of all the tech people out there.
Oh, I'm just thinking of the people that will willingly give their money and not even worry about a return.
Okay, yeah, so that's an interesting thing. It's like,
Ohio State. Like if you told a Texas A&M fan, hey, we're gonna get 3 5-stars, but we got to go along with the scam they got going to where we just give them free money.
Yeah,
done. So where do I sign up?
Because I was thinking that if you had the tech people behind you, they could come up with all the technology behind the coin. But I feel like there's enough people spread out there that there's certainly some LSU people, some A&M people that have experience in the crypto world.
I'm not even sure you're going to need an app or anything. I think you just need the concept.
You just need a website.
You just need a way to get the money from them to you because nothing else has to happen.
You just have a fake chart on the website of the value of the coin, and it's really just a video.
It's just
and it lasts.
It's a Shutterstock image.
Yeah, it's a 4-day long video that just shows the price going up.
Yeah,
and then the price going way, way down eventually.
Yeah,
and then he's got all the money. That would be a very tough way to catch somebody cheating. I don't think the powers that be behind college football have the ability, the time, or the wherewithal, or the expertise, or really the inclination to.
You covered every single way they could possibly care about it, and you're right. They would not. College football has no governing body really to step into these things. They can say, "Hey, stop," but that doesn't matter anymore.
That might happen. So, Big T, is there another story?
Yeah, I had one more story.
Okay.
Has this crossed y'all's desk? The Florida gubernatorial candidate who wants to tax Onlyfans earnings at 50%.
Okay.
And this guy also, a report came out yesterday So he then got into it with Sophie Rain, who is one of the like top OnlyFans people. And it was to the extent that I think it actually might be an elaborate ad for her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But then a report also came out yesterday of the Florida governor race fundraising numbers. Byron Donalds, who's a congressman from Florida, he's the favorite, has raised $45 million. Another Republican has raised $5 million. A couple Democrats, one's raised $3 million, another $300,000. Do you know how much James Fishback, this is the guy who is doing the OnlyFans thing, do you know how much he has raised?
No.
$950.
Okay.
Not thousand.
Yeah, $950.
$950. He says that's not true, but there was they had like documents to.
Yeah, you have to file that shit.
Yeah. So.
Wait, the one guy has 45 million?
Byron Donalds. Yeah.
That's a huge lead.
Yeah.
It also feels like he's just doing tricks on it at this point. Like he'd probably get by with like 15 million.
I mean, he's leaving nothing to chance, it seems.
And he's a Republican?
Yeah.
I feel like if you make a major part of your platform taxing OnlyFans at 50%, you are a heavy OnlyFans user.
Yeah.
Like you're pissed off. You're spending so much money on OnlyFans that you're pissed off at the girls that do it. And so you just want to see them less happy because they're taking all your money.
So
Also,
what you're really doing is pushing reform of lowering the prices of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Well, not really lowering the prices, but you're just lowering how much of your money they get to keep.
Okay.
You're mad at yourself because you're writing checks for $5,000 a month to OnlyFans, and you're like, God damn, they're stealing all my money, and they're not giving me enough. I'm not getting enough pics. I'd like to see them have less of that money that I give them.
At the risk of opening up a conversation that probably should have and could have and would have and did happen 3 years ago, I don't get being an OnlyFans subscriber. There's so much free stuff out there.
Yep.
You just go do that, and if you're an OnlyFans subscriber of 10 gals, right? Why is my question.
Okay,
Why?
so I can say that I have never gone to OnlyFans.com.
Sure.
I've never gone to the app.
Right.
I know people that have used it, and the one thing I'll say about OnlyFans, at least from my my cursory understanding of it, is that it seems like a more ethical way to do porn.
Okay.
Because
in what way?
Run that by me.
In the porn industry, I'm saying for the creator.
You're saying it's on their terms.
Yeah, for the creator, because the porn industry for decades has been dominated by people that just they're predatory.
Exploiting.
They exploit. They find young women who typically don't have the best family life. Sometimes they're runaways. Sometimes they have drug issues, alcohol issues, self-esteem. They find them and they make these films with them, pay them pennies on the dollar, and they keep all the money. And the girls usually walk away with pretty much nothing. Like I think the story was Mia Khalifa she did porn for like a year.
Yeah.
And I think she made like maybe $20,000. And then her videos are everywhere and everyone knows her as the porn girl. But she didn't capitalize on that at all. With OnlyFans, you are your own boss, and so you keep most of that money. So I feel like it's better for the creator.
Right.
But I don't understand the concept of like paying 10 girls $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month to just kind of feel like you're on the inside.
Right. And I guess it would
That's
offer
a bad choice of words I just used.
It would offer a more personal connection. You feel like that she's making it for you.
Yeah.
But then you realize she's one of the top 10 OnlyFans creators. She's making it for 3 million people.
Yeah, and the guy that or the person that DMs you back when you ask them, "Hey, how's my dick look?" That's a dude.
Yeah.
It's usually her boyfriend or business manager that's sending all these DMs for her.
I was just gonna say, I think a lot of men who turn OnlyFans models in that way are longing for a connection with a woman, and hence will pay the premium prices to like chat with them.
Yeah.
And get like extra content, which is so disgusting and sad. But I think a lot of the time it's like the loneliness gets you.
It's lonely guys, and then they fall into that world where their only interaction with women are with their OnlyFans models.
Yeah.
And then they start to hate women because they're all OnlyFans models because that's the only ones that they talk to. And then you go online and you see all the replies. They're all from OnlyFans bots and models. And then you think that real women don't exist anymore. Then you start to hate women. That's a dark place to go.
Okay, all right. And then you get behind the wheel of a plane and you crash it on purpose.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Well, planes don't have wheels, so Brandon is.
Yeah, the wheel. You crank. You turn the keys.
Yeah.
Put it in drive. Go straight off the.
Gas it up.
Yeah.
Well, some planes. Yeah, the small planes do have wheels, but not the ones that you fly, commercially. All right, Brandon, we had you on here to talk a little college football. We
Sure.
talked about the Diego coin, which he could still do it. Now that I think about it, it doesn't matter that he's not at Vandy anymore. I
think it needs to be an incoming freshman though. Like I think you need to have hope of a 5-star super prospect like Bryce Underwood at Michigan.
Yeah.
Bryce coin would have gone crazy this time last year.
So Jared Curtis, the new Vandy quarterback.
Jared Curtis, yeah.
What about
Although I'm not sure Vandy people are the best target audience for this.
Nicoin for Nico. I think that that's going to happen. I'd like to call my shot. That will happen, if not this year, the next year. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But let's get your thoughts on the Indiana cheating allegations that are going around. They've become so good and so dominant, especially that last victory over Oregon, that people are now convinced that they're cheating. They're doing something nefarious, and they point to the first plays of many of their games where they typically excel, and they look at the first plays of games like ODU, where they get gashed, and they try to compare and see what's going on here. Are they hacking into something? Is Kurt Cignetti a secret spy? Does he have a team of people that are poring over film? Does he have a team of Michigan assistants? Is that what's going on?
That's kind of where my mind goes. First of all, let me say for all the Indiana fans listening who are just absolutely on pins and needles, I'm pretty sure Indiana's not cheating. That being said, I would like to conduct this conversation as if they are.
Fair.
Because the Kurt Cignetti story is so much more interesting if he is using spy equipment, if he has hacked the mainframe, if he is doing all of these things. Like, one of the allegations is that they've hacked the system that teams put their script on or put their practice film on, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's what is it called? Catapult?
It's something like that.
Something
To which I immediately say, just don't put it on there. Don't put your stuff on there. Seems like you've just won the war at that point.
Real quick, but just on that, the evidence I think people would use, other than them going from the worst team ever to kicking everybody's ass, is they have 4 interceptions this year on a team's first 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable.
And then Old Dominion, which I think the implication was Old Dominion doesn't have the money to use that technology.
Yeah.
Their first play was a 75-yard touchdown, which is compelling.
It's interesting.
So there's that point of it, and there's also when you look at the recruiting rankings for every team in college football, when you look at the portal rankings, Indiana compared to every other team that's gone this far in terms of talent is a massive, massive outlier.
Massive, and you can't say the word massive big enough.
Yes, it sticks out on a chart. The only other team that's gone to the NCAA championship game or the college football championship game that has something, I forget what the number is. Let's just say, for argument's sake, lower than 95 out of 100 rating. Was the University of Michigan. A couple years ago.
So, okay,
and Indiana is about 20 times lower on the charts than that team was.
So here's my one thing about this whole thing: if Indiana has gotten to the top of the sport by cheating, again, big capital I, capital F, doesn't that make sense? Because Michigan got to the top of the sport with their own cheating scandal a couple of years ago, and nothing happened. Nothing.
Yeah.
NCAA said nothing, did nothing. Nobody got in trouble. Connor Stallions has a ban or whatever. Who cares? He's a low-level assistant who is helping the operation. In a world where the NCAA is toothless and was unable or unwilling to stop Michigan, why wouldn't somebody crop up in the aftermath of that and say, well, all right, if you can get away with it, we'll just do it.
We can do better.
So it is it's a fun little theory, Indiana, because in the world that we live in, and where Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, and then 7 or 8 schools get every best player. Every best player goes to those schools, and then it trickles down from there. Indiana hacking mainframes would be a delightfully perfect story.
Do you think that's still true, though? I don't think that's true anymore. which I actually think makes what Indiana is doing even more impressive.
So I think it is true. It doesn't matter as much anymore. If you looked at high school recruiting this year, I feel like the same schools are still dominating it, but it is offset by the fact that those 5-star recruits are transferring a year in anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It disperses the talent further than it would be.
That's part of it, but I do think like just more teams are getting players.
Yeah, but there's more ways to get players.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even out of high school, like Georgia is never going to have a roster like they had in 21 and 22 again, because the 4 stars that would go to be backups aren't going to do that anymore. They're going to go start it.
Yeah.
Name your place.
Well, that and the 4 and 5 stars, they don't just run in the national championship game as freshmen and be like, "Yeah, I get to play now." They get to the national championship game and they're like, "All right, well, I'm transferring. They're not gonna play me." So yeah, I do think there's definitely the dispersal of talent is way wider than it used to be, for sure.
And I think that makes Indiana's season more impressive because like when LSU beat the hell out of everybody, there were 7 teams that had the best players. Now everybody has good, not everybody, but the teams they're playing have good players.
Can I tell you the non-cheating secret to Indiana's success, though?
Mm-hmm.
They got the quarterback right. That's number one.
Yeah.
You get the quarterback right, everything falls in a line behind it. They got the quarterback right. They decided to go all in on the super juniors, super seniors. So everybody there is 22, 23, 24 years old, and they don't make mistakes. And that's so, like, are they capable of these individual super play that, a 5-star 19-year-old is capable of? Not all the time. Mendoza is. But they just make the right plays every single time. And it's almost boring how good they are because you're not going to see the Braxton Miller spin move ever. You're not going to see these crazy things. You're just going to see 100% perfect execution without a mistake. And that's it boggles the mind how mistake-free they play.
Yeah.
And I don't think cheating would help you develop that. That's just elite coaching.
Well, it's like Barry Bonds, right? If Barry Bonds never did steroids,
he
probably still would have been one of the best baseball players of all time. But he did steroids,
and it turned him into the best hitter of all time. Yeah, which is.
But he cheated to do that.
I like that. I like that explanation because I am very. Whenever I put out baseball lists and they're like, "Hey, Barry Bonds, the best hitter of all time," I'm like, no, he's not. Up until 35 years old, he was a very good Hall of Fame player, but he wasn't what he became after the cheating. So maybe that's a good.
He would have been still in the Hall of Fame, no question.
He was a Hall of Famer before he ever touched a steroid. It's documented that we think he started steroids in '99. I think he was 35 years old. He had a Hall of Fame career already before that.
I mean, it's comical if you look at him.
It's ridiculous.
From 1991 and then look at him in 2004.
86 to 99. He's a skinny, speedy outfielder who can do a lot of things, and he's got
stealing 40 bases a year.
Got a lot of power. And then 35 years old, when every single player for the history of baseball starts to decline, he turns into a robot. And some people today are like, "Wow, he's the best." Like, all right, we know what happened.
It's a crying shame that he broke. And
Hank Aaron is the home run king.
Listening, I'm using air quotes. Hank Aaron's home run record.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Barry Bonds was one of the best hitters of all time before the Juice when he was on the Pirates.
He was like one of the 50 best hitters of all time. He wasn't
Hall of Famer.
Correct. We've just said that.
Yeah, I know.
He was. He went from Ronald Acuna to Shohei Ohtani.
He went from Ronald Acuna to Shohei Ohtani times 2.
Right.
So I think tying it back to the University of Indiana.
Yeah.
I think that they're not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they have a very good coaching staff. I think their coaching staff prepares incredibly. I think they've thrown money into their program for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Because they had a belief in Cignetti, and they're using those resources. You can go back to when Cignetti was at JMU. He was on the sidelines at one point during a game, grabbing an assistant's phone and then showing the referee like a screenshot of a live broadcast. If you think that's cheating, then certainly, okay, he did have an iPhone that was tuned into ESPN Plus at the moment. But if they had a massive surveillance system, I don't think he would have to have somebody watching the game on ESPN on their iPhone on the sideline.
That being said, Tennessee fan, JMU fan, Mississippi State fan,
mm-hmm.
if you were guaranteed a national title in the next 5 years, but your school had become the dirtiest, most cheating organization in America to do it, we all sign that paper immediately, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
1,000%. Yes.
I want them to be cheating because I think it makes it funnier and also just way more interesting.
And you want Indiana to be cheating?
Yes.
Okay.
I want Tennessee to cheat too. But
as far as this story goes,
yes.
It's just a better story if Indiana's cheating their ass off.
If they're not cheating at all, which there's a great likelihood they're not, who knows? It's the most unbelievable story in the history of sports.
That's correct.
I think it's more than the Miracle on Ice, more than anything you want to put out there. Indiana they weren't even like, I remember in 2019 they made it to the Gator Bowl against Tennessee, and their fans treated that like that was just an unbelievable. We were pissed off to be in the Gator Bowl, and they were like, "This is so amazing that we're in." I think they went 8-4, 9-3. They were like, "This is the most unbelievable season we've ever seen," and that was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
like it's unfathomable what they've done.
Yeah, you're right. Cheating. The movie of Indiana football is so much more compelling if there's a cheating element.
Yes.
Now we got Oscar buzz now.
Because I don't even know what to make of it if there's no cheating.
I had this argument with somebody who's playing Signetti in the movie because it's 5 years down the road Affleck, right?
Yeah, I mean, if this was 20 years ago, Tommy Lee Jones, I think, would be a great
that's
Signetti,
fantastic,
right? But
yeah.
I think he's aged out of that a little bit.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones would have been a great one.
Yeah, I could see.
I think Affleck in 5 years, was he going to be 60 or 55? Like he could be Signetti.
Bring Spacey back. He served his time.
Spacey.
This is the role he was born to play.
Actually, let's use Nick Cage. He's doing football coaches these days.
I'm excited to watch that. Are you? The Madden movie?
I am excited to watch it in the sense that any movie about Madden I think I'm signing up for, but just the pictures and the makeup of Cage trying to be Madden is the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen.
It does look funny. So if Indiana is, if they're actually cheating, if they're doing like weird surveillance stuff, electronic cyber warfare, I do think that the one coach that's best prepared to handle that is Mario Cristobal.
In what way?
He was going to be a Secret Service agent.
Was he?
Yeah, he had a job offer back in the 90s to join
you think he uses his espionage skills, every skill he accrued in trying to get that to overcome Indiana?
I don't think that there's a man in college football better equipped to set up a secure perimeter than Mario Cristobal.
So it's basically Jack Bauer.
Yeah, he establishes his perimeter. Nothing's getting in, nothing's getting out.
Dude, if he's on the sideline and he calls Chloe at CTU,
yeah,
like, Chloe, it's 3rd and 7.
Now I know what you're talking about.
But for the
audience,
it
seems like it's from a film. If I know, but if someone else were to guess,
the TV show 24, which by the way,
I should have gotten there from Jack Bauer.
I don't know if there's a show you'd enjoy more than 24.
So my grandpa watched it when I was a kid, and he lived in Florida, so I'd go there for weeks at a time in the summer, and so I'm aware of it. But I was too young at that point to.
Is it? Do you think? Did you watch it at the time?
I watched the first season. Yeah.
Do you think
you couldn't not watch it? It was everywhere.
Correct. Do you think it's rewatchable? It's a concept that like
rewatchable. No, but would it hold up for a first-time viewer in the year 2026? Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
there
yes.
you go. Yeah.
So you think I would like it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's as a concept, it doesn't have a lot of rewatchability because it's a one-time experience.
Yeah.
But they did do like 7 seasons.
Yeah.
So it's. The whole show is within
24 hours in a day, 24 1-hour episodes.
And okay,
it's like in real time. So each episode is 1 hour.
I got that. I was just confused how it stretches over 7 seasons.
It's a great question.
What 7 days? I don't know.
What happened was
they only did 3 episodes a season.
No. Where am I missing you?
You said it was 24.
24 episodes in a season.
Each season.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought it was one day.
So season 2 would be like 3 years down the road. He has another crazy day.
Got it.
I'll tell you what happened, Big T. This might clear things up. The first season made a fuckload of money.
Yes.
And then they said, let's do another day. And then that was profitable. And then they're like, oh, let's do a third day.
It wasn't until like day 4 where people were like, all right.
This is a crazy week.
How many crazy days are we going to have here?
So this is a Stranger Things type deal.
No. How?
In that... went on too long.
Mm-hmm.
It gets stinky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Precisely.
So would you just watch like the first 2, 3?
I would say 3.
Yeah. I dropped out after 2.
Okay.
But season 1, you would.
Second one is excellent. I think season 2 was better than season 1 in my memory, and season 3 is still good, and then it starts to get a little silly.
Okay.
So,
By the way, ChatGPT gave me a couple great actors for Kurt Signetti.
okay, who we got?
J.K. Simmons.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
And-
I'd watch him in anything.
Like what's that music movie he did where he's an asshole coach?
Whiplash.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ed Harris.
Oh,
is,
yes.
Yeah.
is
Oh.
my favorite on this list.
Yes.
Whose face I certainly recognize. Name I never would have known.
Has he ever played a guy that's not like a strict, rigid, buttoned-up 1950s quasi-military father?
No. So,
So,
he played the coach in Radio.
Yep.
He was the astronaut in Apollo 13.
Yeah.
All-time
Remember
flat
the
top guy.
Titans
He was the
coach.
Yep.
what?
He's
Coach
the
in-
assistant in Remember the Titans.
He's isn't
No.
he Hayden Panettiere's
Yes.
dad?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Will Patton is.
This guy is in Remember the Titans.
Ed Harris is not in Remember
I'm
the Titans.
You know what? Now that I look at him, they must be. Are they brothers?
No, they don't look anything alike.
Damn, Big T, you lost the no yes off.
That was tough.
Hang
Big
on.
T, I
Just
was on-
everybody.
That's Will Patton.
Oh, Big T, you're thinking
Will
of.
Patton is correct.
You're likely thinking of Wood Harris, who delivered a memorable performance as the strong-willed black linebacker
Yes.
Julius Campbell.
No, although that is a great character in that movie.
I like Wood Harris too.
This guy. I mean, they look exactly the
Ed
same.
Harris and Will Patton do not look exactly alike.
Yes, they do.
One is haired. One is bald.
I don't know, man. And Radio is a similar film.
You ever seen Truman Show?
Of course.
He's Christoph.
I
Ed
know
Harris.
that.
Okay.
I know that.
all right.
He's the radio guy.
He's the radio guy.
Fun fact: we played T.C. Williams. They were in our district. Growing
Really?
up. Yep. And
Did you remember it?
Herndon High School is in the movie, and I think they get their ass kicked by T.C. Williams. That's where I went to school, and I don't think that final score was accurate as to what the actual final score was. I don't know if Herndon beat them that year, but they were certainly competitive.
I thought, okay, so the thing about T.C. Williams that year is I thought they beat everybody. I thought they killed everybody. In the state championship game where they make it close, they actually won the game 38-0 or something like that. I thought they broken clocked everybody.
I don't know about the championship game. I think the matchup against Herndon was not as bad as it seemed in the movie.
Okay.
What are your top 3 football movies? Go.
The Friday Night Lights is number 1.
Okay. I
Um,
like that.
Any Given Sunday 2, Remember the Titans 3.
Wow.
And I'm missing one, and you put me on the spot, so I might drop Remember the Titans. The final 35 minutes of Rudy is way up there, but the first hour of it is dreadful. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Never watched it.
Rudy.
Yeah.
There's a subplot there of him trying to get to Notre Dame and trying to become a Notre Dame student and everything, trying to get on the football team, and then at some point he gets on the football team. The moment he gets on the football team to the end of the movie is phenomenal. Everything leading up to it is boring trash.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my take on Rudy.
I don't know that I've ever watched Any Given
And
Sunday
Remember the
all
Titans,
the way
by the
through
way.
either.
I would like Remember the Titans is one of the all-time most watchable movies. I love it. It is also saccharine craps at points. They have a funeral for a teammate and they sing na 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 hey hey goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somberly.
Right, but like if
That was their song.
if that exact movie was made without the Disneyfication of it, I think it would be a top 5 movie of all time.
I saw it for the first time about 4 years ago. 5
Really?
years ago. Yeah. Just one that I missed.
Again, I love it. I just think there's some like when they come on the field dancing and they're doing all, like, come on, dude. We're
Yeah.
just trying to Disneyfy it for 13-year-olds.
I think the fact that it was a rival of mine growing up,
Yeah.
from the time I was 0 until I was 18 years old, made me less likely to go watch it. It's like, I don't want to watch this commercial for T.C.
Like
Williams.
if they made
stink.
a movie about Starkville High School.
Yeah, they stink.
Yeah.
So, real quick, back to the IU cheating scandal. And we're saying cheating scandal even though there is no proof whatsoever
Sure.
that they're cheating at anything. They're just
Sure.
kicking people's asses and people
We're
are
almost
mad.
saying it in a hopeful tone.
Yeah, it would
I
be
certainly am.
It would be funny if they were.
Yeah.
And also, if you're an Indiana fan, it's a massive compliment that you're
Yeah.
being accused of cheating. So I asked Brandon and Big T to come up with some ideas. If you were going to be running a college football program, and if you were to cheat, how would you do it? And I guess the only limitations I'm going to put on this are it's no magic.
Okay.
So you can't use magic. It has to be something that would be remotely. You have an unlimited budget.
Yeah.
You have infinity dollars to accomplish the cheating, and you can use whatever technology that you. I'll even put this on it. If you think the technology is theoretically possible, you can use that technology. You just can't invent magic.
All right, we're gonna. I'm gonna use technology for my very first thing.
Okay.
I think chips.
Go on.
I think I would like to have a fleet of women or men, just fleet of seductresses or seductors that are able to get to the other team. And I would like to implant run backwards chips in the running back's brain.
Okay.
I would like to put like if the star running back, if we're playing the team tomorrow, star running back has a run backwards chip that only is triggered by a high frequency noise or high pitched noise, and I teach my band how to hit a note that you can't even hear with your ears, but it triggers that boom backwards 10-yard loss momentum.
Are you at all concerned that could be found out relatively easily if all of your opponents just start running backwards?
I think if there is a now that you mention it, so we probably do need to use that discriminately. We probably need to use that
only big moments.
Only big moments.
Once a game.
Once a game, maybe I use the backwards chip or something like that. But I do think if we could find that and maybe it affect the quarterback's accuracy, like throw 5 yards off, 5 yards left or right, that could just be a bad game from him.
Yeah,
true.
I think these chips and the frequencies, I think we got something.
Or if you implanted a chip maybe into their phone, or you did something, had women install some sort of software into their phone as they were staying the night over, and then that phone then becomes a listening device for team meetings.
Yeah.
And then that all gets fed back to a central system.
I thought about biological weaponry, getting the other team sick and everything, but I feel like if I got the other team sick and gave them some sort of, manatee flu or something, then they played us, and then my team gets the manatee flu, it kind of backfires.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's why I went with chips.
The 2020 season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden we don't have bowls. And now all of a sudden Michigan doesn't have to play Ohio State. I wrote down mind control.
Okay.
Is that different from the chips?
I think so. I think that's more of your psychological, hypnosis and whatnot.
Okay.
I don't know how we can use that on a grand scale, but I wrote it down.
Okay. Again, I feel like hacking into their phones could be useful for this.
Yeah.
Like it might emit a frequency when they have their headphones on, they're listening to their music.
Sure.
They're getting something in the background that's triggering them.
The last thing I wrote down was cars. And this is an actual thing, I believe. This is not just for discussion. But right now we have NIL, correct?
Mm-hmm.
25 years ago, 30 years ago, how did we cheat? Bags of cash, cars, Dodge Chargers, whatnot.
Yep.
The NIL puts a nice big face on it, and you see somebody like Ole Miss, you see somebody like Indiana, whoever, and they're
Texas Tech.
Oh, Texas Tech. Wow, they're using their NIL to fund this, and they went out and bought. NIL is just the front-facing contract that a player is on. The cheating that we used to do under the table can still happen.
Yeah.
Can still, like, if Johnny Quarterback, a 4-star quarterback, shows up in Lubbock and he's got a brand new $200,000 car, you think, oh, he's spending his money poorly. He went out and spent all that NIL money and got himself a car. Cars. I feel like we could cheat with cars more than we've ever cheated before. Just give them every single car we want. Give them the under the table should be 30 feet in the ceiling because of how much stuff is under it right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's no questions as to where their money's coming from
Correct.
anymore. I think the NIL contracts are good for having, like, players can then say, oh, I'm guaranteed this amount of money.
Right.
But then on that same visit that they have, they can be like, hey, here's some local business leaders that own several dealerships.
Yeah.
And
did you need an Adidas bag filled with $200,000 in cash?
Yeah, you look like you don't have one of those, do you?
Right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll hook them up with one of those. Yeah. No, you're right, Brandon. I think that there's big room for cheating, for paying players in ways that we're not talking about right now because it seems like everything's legal and there's no enforcement arm that's going to look into it.
And that's just not part of this fun discussion. That is what I really believe we have we put a coat of paint, an NIL coat of paint on college football, and ignoring the fact that the cheating that was going on for years is worse than it has ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody cares about it anymore because you have the legal face of okay, it's okay. But like if you peel back the layers, it would probably be a little disgusting.
So I had an idea, and this is kind of tying back to something that the Colts were accused of doing back in the day. I think it was Peyton Manning's rookie year. When he got to the league, he was not a very good quarterback for his first year. The Colts were not a very good team.
31 touchdowns, 28 interceptions.
Yeah,
like that.
he put it together eventually, obviously. But there was a former player on that team that let it slip that they might have been doing something with earpieces his rookie year. So their coach, Howard Mudd, their offensive line coach, allegedly, and this is per Tariq Glenn. So Tariq Glenn said this in 2017, that they were playing on the road. It might have been Peyton's rookie year. It was really loud. Peyton hadn't mastered the silent count. So Howard Mudd had us wearing these hearing aids that were supposed to muffle the crowd while projecting the quarterback's voice. I guess that's the hearing aids that eliminate the background noise, which I still think could probably be useful.
Yeah.
They've probably gotten a lot smaller. But I was thinking about the hearing aids and about earpieces in general. If you had an unlimited budget, if you could hire a secret shadow staff of coaches and then have them sit either up in the booth area with the rest of the coaches or around the stadium with binoculars, and you have each person is assigned to one player on the field.
Right.
And before the snap, you're talking to them and you're saying, here's the formation that they're in, here's your responsibility.
Yeah.
If you were able to pull that off, I think it could help, because in the NFL, quarterbacks got a lot better when they reduced the amount of time that a coach could. I guess they expanded the amount of time that a coach could communicate with a quarterback, and they could talk to them closer to the snap or closer to the expiration of the play clock, not just giving them the play, but saying, here's what you're looking at on defense. If you could talk to somebody right up until the snap, and you had a guy that's assigned to corner, like each cornerback has their guy, defensive tackles have their guy, defensive ends have their guy. On defense, I feel like that could help a lot.
My concern is unmitigated chaos. 11 voices and 11 ears. The play takes 3 or 4 seconds at a time. So they've all got their own separate individual instructions. If one of those guys got fooled by the formation or the play call, the whole thing falls apart, does it not? Because nobody's reacting.
No more so than if one guy forgets their assignment on a play.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
What about if there's a software system where a coach saw what the offense was lining up, the personnel that they had, the formation they were in, and he's got the software system that's really fast. He clicks one button, and then that one button sends out the instructions to each position group automatically.
And it's just an automated voice in their ear?
Automated voice in their ear saying, this is what you do.
That might be better.
Yeah,
that might be better. And then if he's wrong, then every
it could screw things up for everyone. Yeah.
But that's why you got to have a good coach in that area.
Yeah,
you got to have the right guy.
And if you have good defensive linemen, then it doesn't matter if you screw everything else up, because they can just
you got to have like 3 guys that don't have an earpiece in, that their mission is just destroy.
Psycho. Yeah.
Just don't worry about what we're talking about over here. You just go kill somebody.
This is my psycho guy. Yeah. So what about if you put magnets under the field and you tell all your players, hey, only wear plastic cleats?
And therefore, you're sticking the other team to the field as closely as possible.
Sometimes the other team they get the metal studs.
Are the magnets across 100 yards of the field, or are there magneted areas?
I think they should be everywhere, right?
Real quick, football, there's metal cleats.
You can wear. Some of the players sometimes unscrew their cleats.
Seems
put in
dangerous.
Longer ones, yeah.
But they're not metal.
Some of them are. When you put the studs in, they've got metal components to them, I think.
For this exercise, can we pretend they are metal so that we could do the cheating?
Are you saying that like the studs and the screws?
When you're saying studs.
Yeah, so you have to screw them
It's not talking about us.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you say the screws, I'm again not talking about us. When you unscrew and you put in the long cleats, I'm fairly certain, at least when I played, that there was a metal component to it. I'm not saying the cleat itself.
You're talking about the inside that screws in?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. There's
when you unscrew it and screw in another cleat, there's
screw.
There's metal binding the rubber cleats together.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
I'm not saying that they've got like steel-tipped cleats or anything.
I see.
But I think that if you had a powerful enough magnet that was right beneath the field.
Also steroids. I didn't mention
good.
steroids. Steroids aplenty.
Big time steroids.
Steroids. Because we're trying to do all these things and this technology. steroids work so well.
What do you think is the prevalence of steroids in college football? What's the testing policy? I don't know anything about that.
I don't either, and I think steroids probably are still in 30% of sports. I that's just a guess.
I mean, baseball players are still doing it.
But yeah, if I'm a 3-star that gets there and I'm fighting for it, like, you better believe I'm doing everything I can possibly do to get on that field. So I think steroids are still as sports has kind of not turned their back on steroids, but we've got cheating in so many other areas that it has kind of fallen on the back burner as far as that stuff. And football's never exactly been on the forefront of getting steroids out.
No.
Because, you know what, I guess the public's feeling is, hey, you guys want to juice yourselves up, kill each other, whatever, just go out there, and it's a tough game.
And if you're inventing steroids, you're doing it under the premise of let's invent a steroid that can't be detected.
Yeah.
It's like all the new ones. They're at least making an attempt at that. Big T, do you have any ideas to cheat?
Yeah, so I think we actually stumbled upon a great one today in the crypto space.
Yeah.
I think that's really got legs. You get your richest, most tech-savvy alumni, you build a coin. I think that's got legs. I'm going to build a network in which most of mine, I think you've got 1 year. You're going all in for 1 year because it's not particularly sustainable.
Mm-hmm. So this is a peak.
Yeah, this is a Texas Tech. We're paying our quarterback $7 million.
We're going all in.
I'm building a network of all the top agents in college football, and I'm going to pay them exorbitant amounts of money to just funnel every player they have to me.
Okay.
I'm getting their top 20 guys.
Okay.
Because while a lot of players are still using, somebody's uncle, but there are agents who have a lot of really good
some sophisticated organizations out there.
Yeah. The best one's already been taken. We're obviously gonna Connor Stallions this thing. I mean, it's been done, so clearly it works.
Yeah.
They got a national championship out of it, and nobody really cared.
Yeah.
So you do that.
Also, it goes without saying, tap your opponent's the coaching staff's communication somehow.
Yes.
Sure, maybe in what Indiana's alleged to have done. And then I'm also going to take more money, and I'm going to pay low-level players on all of my top opponents a ton of money to leak me their scripts, game plans, everything of that nature.
Yes, okay.
Because while your 4 and 5 your starters are making $1 million, you're not going to really be able to get to them.
Yeah.
There's still walk-ons on those teams.
Yeah, and they ain't making nothing.
Yeah. And you only need to do, if you're a top 15, 20 team, you're only going to have 3 or 4 opponents throughout the year that you're really going to need to do that for.
True.
Sure.
You know the premise of the movie Chirac?
Never heard of it.
Where it's women withhold sex until the violence stops?
Mm-hmm.
What if you paid every woman at every school that you play to not have sex with any of the players on the football team?
I feel like that's messing with it's almost like
make them transfer.
That's almost like a wildlife photographer messing with the natural cycle of life. I feel like we're messing with the cycle of life at that point.
You probably are.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey,
also that's a lot.
Yeah, well,
these bitches be fucking, dude.
Maybe you narrow it down to just a few schools, and you're like, I want this school to get bad at football. Let's say Ole Miss.
Yeah.
For argument's sake.
No more pussy at Ole Miss. That would be devastating to the local economy
and the coaching staff. And so, what if you told them?
See why Lane left.
What if you told them, like, I'm going to pay you each $1 million this year, no sex? I'm pretty sure the players would transfer. They'd be like, this. I can't go to school.
How many women are we going to have to pay?
Right.
Well, I'm saying you have unlimited resources.
You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
And then you're also neglecting, if you go to Texas Tech or Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And you pay every girl at Texas A&M no sex. Let's say they all adhere to that.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's just going to be like, well, I mean, Houston's 30 minutes away.
Yeah, I guess it matters where the campus is.
Right.
Okay. You got anything else, Big T? Any other ways to cheat?
No, that was pretty much it. And I was operating under the framework of, like, I can't say something technological if I don't understand how it works.
Yeah.
Like, who in the office is like, what's the guy's name? Nobody say his name.
Is he talking about this office or the office,
no,
the TV show?
Office, the TV show,
okay.
Where he's like, so I have an app, and every time you use it, I get 5 cents.
Ryan?
Yeah, it's Ryan.
No, it's one of the guys who comes in to interview when Michael leaves.
Robert California.
No, that was
It's not Robert. It's not Bob Kazamakis. He's Will Arnett.
Yeah, it was Will Arnett.
Yes. That's his name.
I got to go do mostly. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good, Brandon. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, he was late. That's
I
why
apologize. I was a little bit late.
He was late.
Everyone was late.
Yeah.
I screwed that
except
up.
for me and Arian.
Screwed it up. Now, Robert Gates.
Madeline
former,
was a little late too. By the
were
way,
you?
she got off scot-free.
I was
That's a good
I was
spot to
4
be in.
minutes late. I'll be honest with everyone. I was 4 minutes late because the Ubers took a while
Yeah.
because we are in a squall at the moment.
That's like what
winter
Hank did.
squall.
Hank was late yesterday when Zach slept in, but nobody talked about Hank.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I was 4 minutes late.
Robert Gates was in the CIA for about 26 years. Then he became the Secretary of Defense under George H.W. Bush. I believe he served under Obama as well. And he is a Indiana University alum. I'd start to look in his direction.
Okay.
The beauty of a school that's the size of IU is that you can find
Anything.
alumni that work in any field and be like, this is the guy.
Yep.
Right here.
Biggest living alumni network.
Yep, sure are. I don't think that they're cheating. For the record, I want to say that loud and clear. I don't think that Indiana is cheating. I think that maybe they're doing something different. I think that obviously they're doing something different, but we don't know what that is. We don't know the secret sauce, but apparently SIG runs like efficient short practices.
Oh yeah. By the way, that's the other thing. They never practice.
That's not true that they never practice.
I understand, but it's odd. It's odd.
I did hear from people around his time at JMU that he spends much less time on the practice field, like physically himself on the practice field, than most coaches.
And he's also said he tells his coaches, like, you can't be here after 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, go be with your family. It's weird. It's weird. I think that's great as long as you're not cheating.
Oh, wow. We got some breaking news. Speaking of college football.
It's college football breaking news.
Yeah.
And it's in what realm?
Okay. What do you want in terms of realm?
Is it transfer portal? Is it like calendar switches? Is it a rule change?
It is scheduling change.
Okay. It's not the 9-game redshirt thing?
Nope.
A scheduling change.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about JMU playing San Diego State.
I'm talking about Virginia Tech has paid JMU $800,000 to cancel their game next season.
Yeah.
Pussies. You're pussies, Virginia Tech. What happened last time? This is sad. It's a sad state of affairs where Virginia Tech is now afraid to play JMU to the point where they're about to write almost a 7-figure check to just avoid us. I don't use the P word a lot. In fact, I've tried to spin the P word into being a positive thing because pussies are very strong. This is a pussy-ass move. This is a punk-ass move by Virginia Tech. Punk-ass bitches.
I mean, Franklin doesn't want the smoke.
Would you?
I believe it was when Heupel came in. It may have been his first year. We had Army on the schedule, and he was like, yeah, we're not playing Army.
Yeah.
And we had to pay them a bunch of money.
The service academies I understand a little bit more because they're, it's a style of football that you do not really need to prepare for the rest of your season, and you have to spend an entire week kind of like relearning how to play defense.
That 2021 Tennessee offense going up against Army, though, that could have been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And the defense more so where we didn't really have one.
Do you want to text T-Bob and see if he has any ideas for how he would cheat? I mean, he goes to LSU, he's probably got some ideas,
sure.
Right? So, yeah, we're playing San Diego State instead of Virginia Tech.
In the stadium where there's no shade. Do you know about that?
Yes. And now people are going to be like, oh, JMU schedule. Yeah, listen, we try to play good teams. Good teams are scared to play us.
Well, hey, probably good that you got Virginia Tech off the schedule then, am I right?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. JMU still is the best team in Virginia. How long has it been since we lost a game to a school in Virginia? I want to say it's like a 15, 20-game winning streak. Just sad. It's just sad. Big T, I also looked up some other ways that teams have cheated in the past. Are you familiar with George Halas's dog?
No.
So George Halas, Bears legend, had a big rivalry against Mr. Lambeau Curly Lambeau back in the day. Back when they used to play at Wrigley Field, George Halas allegedly had a dog that he called a timeout dog. So if he didn't have a timeout, or if he didn't want to burn a timeout, he had a dog that was trained to sprint out onto the field and start running around so they'd have to stop the game.
I like that.
We're over here talking about software systems, surveillance drones. Sometimes the best answer is just having a rascal.
I mean, college basketball kind of had that up until this year where they introduced the challenges where any call in the last 5 minutes, a coach could just tell the ref, hey, go review that.
Mm-hmm.
And they get a free timeout. It could be the most obvious out-of-bounds call of all time. Hey, we go look at that, and they just get a free timeout.
Yeah, it's almost brilliant in its simplicity. Like, it just have a dog or a cat like the Jets or the Giants had at MetLife. They can run out an animal interference on the field. Refs are usually not going to suspect that it's anything to do with your team, unless it happens all the time. And then they'll have to, like, I don't know what they would do at that point if there was just, like, a cat infestation.
Probably give you a 15-yard penalty.
For a cat, though, you can't control excessive. A cat. If it's a dog, you could start to put it together and say, control that dog. But if it's a cat, it's like they got their own agenda. You can't train a cat.
Yeah. You ever had a cat?
I did, yeah. When I was younger, I had 2 cats for a little bit.
What do you think?
Not a fan. Not a fan of cat ownership.
I've had one cat my parents had that was he's good. He's still with us and he loves you back. But
yeah,
the other cats, man, I mean they don't give a damn.
They don't. They just as soon you not be there.
They barely tolerate you.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, you're home.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the other room.
It's a completely different experience.
Sometimes they want to hurt you.
Yeah.
Like they'll use their claws if you get too close. Yeah, not for me. Cats aren't for me.
By the way, T-Bob's in a meeting. About what? I don't know.
I need to know what that meeting is about.
Yeah.
All right, so
might be a wub thing.
We just heard back. We can't show our butthole anymore on the screen. We're no butthole company.
The lawyers said no more hole.
That was just unreal. The bunghole coming out from T-Bob.
That is like my biggest fear. Like
your butthole coming out?
Oh no, just like
I mean,
ripping,
yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But like ripping my pants and like not knowing.
knowing.
Like, sometimes at the gym, I always get a weird like
breeze.
Yeah.
I ripped my pants here.
How do you not feel it? Like I don't know.
I ripped my pants here like 2 years ago.
How?
They were really cheap jeans, and I wore them to their bitter end, and they literally. I was talking to Mackenzie. And I like moved, and all of a sudden I could just feel the seams on, like it was a maybe 8-inch rip down my backside. Luckily it was in the wintertime, so I had my parka. So I just wore my parka the rest of the day as to not draw attention to my my open ass.
And nobody caught you.
I think I was talking to Mackenzie and then Cody Miles, and I literally was like, holy shit, I just ripped my pants. And I think I was just like, hold on, let me put my jacket on. Like, let me shimmy this angle so no one sees it.
I know, like, we work at a place that's like, you could have gone home.
It was at night. It was like, I remember it was like after 5 p.m. I think we were like wrapping stuff up.
Oh, you for sure could have gone home.
I know, but I obviously had to finish something that whatever. And I was like, okay, no one's seeing this. I have my parka on. It goes down to my ankles. And then.
So you were wearing a coat in the office?
Yeah.
I think when that happened, it's important to have a buddy to confide in. Like somebody else has to know. Otherwise, it's just a sad, embarrassing state of affairs.
Right. You have to like bring humor to it.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I was not on camera and I was not postured as T-Bob was for maximum viewing.
Yeah.
Of.
How did he not know?
And it's 2 levels.
Yeah, the odds of having both.
That was the other crazy thing.
Yeah. What are the odds? Pretty low.
I guess if you're a guy who just wears stuff with holes in them, fairly high.
Yeah, eventually the stars are going to align.
How do you not feel it?
That's another great question.
How do you not see the hole when you're putting your pants on?
Unless if it
ripped.
If it's in the back, you might not always see.
I can understand not seeing the hole in the jeans.
Yep.
He knew there were holes in the underwear.
Yeah, the underwear,
and wore them anyway.
You know that you've, and listen, I don't want to judge T-Bob too much because I like T-Bob. But if I have underwear that I know has holes in it, and I'm not going to act like I've never worn holey underwear before, but it's usually not in a sensitive area. If the hole in my underwear is directly next to my butt, I'm going to throw that pair of underwear out.
Yeah.
Because you're putting on pants over those boxers, and now you've got butt on pants contact because of that area.
Wouldn't you chafe?
Maybe not in the area, maybe not in the crack, but that would be the one spot, one out of two spots on my underwear where if there was a hole, immediately, no questions asked, throw it away.
I've got a take.
Okay.
He wanted to be caught.
Oh, I like that take. Yeah, because
he was like a serial killer. He was begging for someone to notice.
He knew that he had like the world's prettiest butthole, and it's a shame that no one's ever seen it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
There's some other cheating scandals that I have here. If you'd like to talk about some of these, Big T, did you know about the Virginia Tech Texas Sugar Bowl of 1995?
No.
So Ricky Williams was a freshman in this game. Texas was a pretty decent squad. They had a cornerback named Ron McKelvey, and he had played the whole season for him. On the day of the game, he didn't show up. He left the team hotel in the middle of the night because his name was not Ron McKelvey, and he was not 23 years old. He was 30 years old, and his name was Ron. What's Ron's real name? Oh, he goes by Joel. So his name is Joel Ron Weaver. And he had lied about his entire identity, played the entire season for the Texas Longhorns. And then once they found out, he jetted in the middle of the night, didn't show up. No penalties were enacted against Texas for doing this, by the way.
Well, now if you're 30 years old, that's just called being a starter at Indiana.
That's true. BYU's been doing this for years.
That's actually true.
Yeah. The Buffalo Bills used to do some interesting stuff just with their stadium. They used their stadium as the actual 12th man. RIP, by the way, to New Era Stadium. No more games being played there.
Highmark.
Oh, yeah. They changed the Highmark.
Are we actually getting the trough?
Yeah, we're looking very strongly into that.
Love
That's
that.
so gross.
Perhaps multiple.
What do you mean?
I think that's so gross to have a trough at your place of work. That is also like
You wouldn't get it. You couldn't get
Why?
it.
What's gross?
The trough to them is like heated rivalry to us.
Is it?
What? Let's.
Oh no, that's not what I meant. That's not
Okay,
what I meant.
let's
That's not what I meant.
elaborate on that
I
for
just
me
meant,
because
like,
on the face I disagree vehemently.
No, that's
It's
not what I
just-
meant.
we're so
I just meant
obsessed
we
with it.
love the show so much.
We can't stop
we
thinking
can't
about it.
explain it to you guys.
You could have
It's-
said it's something they enjoy.
Yes, that's what I meant. That was just the first
Sorry,
thing on my mind.
that's the only thing.
But-
Well, you guys think it's gross, and maybe some guys think that heated rivalry is gross.
Right.
Correct. That was my correlation.
Got it.
Not the other part of that show.
May I ask a mechanics question about the trough?
Sure.
Actually, maybe two. So if you're two men standing at the trough, are you kind of just staring? Are you
You don't look.
okay?
I suppose if you wanted to look, you could get a look.
Okay.
But depending how your body's angled, you might not see anything.
It's just such an open forum.
Yeah, if you're sitting next to each other, yeah, you might, like out of your periphery, you might see something.
Okay.
But if you're opposite sides of the trough, I feel like unless you crane your neck around,
You're fine.
you'll be okay.
Okay. Then my other question: I've seen a picture of this trough. This trough is metal.
Yep. Maybe stainless steel, yeah.
Okay. What kind of reverberation are you hearing? I feel like in a bathroom in an office building like this, your pee hitting the trough would echo throughout.
You think people could hear it outside the bathroom?
I'm asking you the question.
No.
How long or how loud does it get? I guess.
You ever been in a house that has a tin roof when it rains outside?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
That's really loud.
But I mean, it's not through the whole office. It's just
Okay.
You can hear guys pee when you go into the bathroom anyways, even if they're hitting ceramic with it.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like it would be even such a louder, and in a trough in a stadium, the crowd drowns out the noise of the pee, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a slightly louder pee, but I don't think you wouldn't hear it outside the doors of the bathroom.
Okay.
That's a safe space, yeah.
You know what? If Mackenzie and I can have heated rivalry and you guys can have the trough.
Agreed.
We can all live happily ever after.
I want to know what happened to the Neyland Stadium troughs because they got rid of them like a year ago, and I haven't heard of their whereabouts.
Well, this is a slippery slope that we're on, which is every cool stadium that closes down, we're going to have to buy a trough.
I mean, we have way dumber shit in here than that.
Yeah.
Those have a utility.
They do.
By the way, T-Bob texted me back, and his idea to cheat was to leverage your state government to threaten big companies' tax credits to unlock NIL funds, which may or may not have already happened.
That's a good idea. We'll look into that, T-Bob. So the Bills used to cheat by using their stadium against their opponents. They had a stadium manager. So their special teams coach was a guy named John Stephen Moore. And in the early 1980s, he used to use the doors of the stadium to control the wind. He would say the wind can blow hard off Lake Erie. It blows easterly. It swoops over the left rim of Buffalo's Ralph Wilson Stadium down to the field, back up over the luxury suites on the right. It can swirl. It can have a modest impact on the outcome of a football game. You can't control the wind, but you can use it to your advantage, make it an opportunity. I was the special teams coach for the Bills in the early 1980s. In our pregame warm-up, as we prepared to play the New England Patriots, the wind was blowing hard. I figured we could create a wind tunnel if we opened the east side tunnel door of the stadium when New England was kicking against the wind. I worked with our equipment managers and told them on my signal, open the doors. Thinking back on it, I do feel a little bad for the New England punter. On his first punt against the wind, the ball came off his foot nicely, but then the wind put it right back at him. In a game with dozens of consequential plays, sometimes it's just one that can make a big difference. I used the win to our advantage. We won the game, and that's why I only feel a little bad. So, yeah, if you have a stadium, I think you could probably still do that at some stadiums. Open up certain giant doors when it's time for a big kick. Big T, did you know about Herschel Walker back when he played on the University of Georgia football team?
I'm familiar with his work. I don't know what he did that you're about to say.
So, in order to keep Herschel happy, they gave his sister a track and field scholarship to the University of Georgia.
Oh, that stuff happens all the time.
But they didn't have a track and field program there.
That's fine. That was the Lori Loughlin thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they had the teams, but they were just giving out fake scholarships.
So she's the first woman to ever get a scholarship in women's track at the University of Georgia. She got it in 1979. It was a year before they had a women's track program. Then she would go on to become an All-American in track. So she was talented at track and field, but they established the program 1 year early so that they could give her a free ride to the school. University of Georgia's football team got into it with the University of Alabama back in 1963. This is an interesting one. So there was a guy named George Burnett. He was an insurance salesman. He lived in Atlanta. And he had a buddy at a PR firm. And one time he called into the PR firm and it crossed lines. So that's when, do you know what like crossing lines is when it comes to phones?
So this is a thing that used to happen.
Yeah.
Where it would appear as if it was coming from somewhere else, but that was not true.
You would hear somebody else's conversation.
Oh.
On the phone. Because the lines were crossed. So you could just sit there and eavesdrop.
Really?
Yeah. I never heard it. I don't think that it was a big thing when I was ever alive. But yeah, 60s, 70s, when you'd have you get on the phone and be like, Susan, get me this. And she'd have to take something out and put something in. Sometimes the lines would get crossed. So this guy called into his PR firm where his buddy worked, and he heard two voices on the other end of the phone. One was a guy by the name of Wally Butts. Wally Butts was the former coach of the University of Georgia. He was the athletic director at UGA. And the other voice was Bear Bryant. And they were talking to each other ahead of a game between Alabama and the University of Georgia. And this guy, George Burnett, who was calling into the PR firm, he heard these two talking, and he didn't say a word. He just eavesdropped for the next 15 minutes. And he heard Wally Butts giving Bear Bryant details about Georgia's plays they were going to run, their strategies, the formations. And this game was going to take place in 9 days. And the guy, Burnett, took notes on the entire conversation, the 15-minute conversation. He had 6 pages of notes. And the next week, Alabama beat Georgia 35-0. The point spread had the game around a 17-14 in favor of Alabama matchup, but they blew them out 35-0 because Georgia gave Bear Bryant all their plays ahead of time.
I mean, that's fair enough.
And the very next day, Wally Butts resigned after the scandal broke in the paper. And then the University of Georgia, they interviewed Burnett, and they asked him what he heard. And they said that Burnett might not be a credible witness because he was on probation for writing bad checks. And he expected to face an accusation of slander from Wally Butts. So the guy spoke with his attorney and said, take your story to the Saturday Evening Post. And then there was an article called The Story of a College Football Fix that was in the Saturday Evening Post on March 23rd, 1963. And then 3 days later, Wally Butts sued the newspaper for $10 million. And then in the trial, it came out that the Post did not pass the story for review amongst the editors. And if they had done so, they would have caught several minor errors in the story and would not have approved the sensationalistic tone in the introduction, saying, the corrupt were not disreputable gamblers. The corrupt were 2 men, Butts and Bryant, employed to educate and to guide young men. How often do teachers sell out their pupils? We don't know yet. For now, we can only be appalled. The newspaper the newspaper lost in court. The phone call took place. There was backup to support the allegations. And during the game, Alabama players had taunted the Georgia team by calling out the code names of Georgia's plays before they were run. So we don't know why they lost the case, because it seemed that everything written about this case was 100% accurate. It was just some of the language went over the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that case took place in the state of Georgia.
Yep.
Probably had something to do with it.
That might have had 1 or 2 things to do with it, yes.
My favorite thing about Wally Butts, do you know the name of Georgia's football building?
No.
So it's named for Wally Butts and Harry Meir, who I guess was another coach.
Okay.
Do you know what the building name is?
It's not Harry Butts.
No, it's the Butts Meir building, the Butts Smear.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's the Butts Smear building.
I thought you were going to say Harry Butts.
No.
LSU has one of those, I think, named after their center.
Good one.
Yeah, there have been a couple other allegations of cheating over the years. Obviously, you got Spygate, which the league destroyed the tapes. You've got Deflategate, which has gone through so many cycles of the argument and different studies coming out about ideal gas law that they've successfully muddied the waters to distract from the fact that Tom Brady definitely had somebody that took footballs into a bathroom and took the air out. But at the end of the day, we're talking about
where do you sit on that?
I mean, Tom Brady definitely, he did that shit.
Interesting.
I don't know that it made that much of a difference, but yeah.
I just didn't know if you were allowed to say that.
I think there's enough. The preponderance of the evidence is that it happened.
Some people would disagree with you.
Well,
they would say that you don't know ideal gas law.
Some people are heavily invested in one certain side of it. Now, I don't know how effective it was. I'm not saying that it made a huge difference.
That's another Barry Bonds thing.
Yeah.
Would they have won otherwise? Probably. They beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
And I don't think that the person that was working on the footballs necessarily did a great job every single time. And so the difference was probably minimal. But, I mean, he was taking the footballs into the bathroom for minutes at a time right before kickoff and then returning the footballs back to the officials.
The deflator.
The deflator. and then Tom Brady destroyed his cell phone, which I kind of understand that. It's like you don't want Roger Goodell to have access to every text message or phone call you've ever made. I get that. But yeah, they were up to something. Probably still would have won all those games anyways. That's my final stance on it. Okay, Big T, what else we got in the news that you'd want to talk about? Charlie Kirk, Christian Kirk?
Yeah, you saw that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Well, not just Stephen A. Smith saying it. Did you see the Texans tweet? Because some people think it's a psyop.
Okay, a psyop in what way?
So when he scored, the Texans tweeted, "See Kirk add 6 to the board." And he's the only player that they didn't tweet his full name. They just said, "See Kirk." And in the picture, he's grabbing his shoulder pad in a place very close to where Charlie Kirk got shot. So people think, I don't even know what the theory is. They just think something's going on there.
Do they think the Texans were like making fun?
No, I think it's actually the opposite. But I'm not. This guy said more, quote, coincidences. Christian Kirk is holding the same spot on his neck that Charlie Kirk was shot. Texans Steelers artificially ended 30-6, like the gun they told us shot Charlie, 30-6. 144 yards for C. Kirk, the distance we were told the shooting was from.
Hashtag ritual.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that tweet is that they say Christian Kirk is holding the same spot on his neck that Charlie Kirk was, quote, shot.
I didn't even pick up on that.
End quote. Yeah. I don't know what the theory behind that is.
Does this guy think Charlie's still with us?
I don't know. That's a guy that's deep into it.
Someone responded, "Reality mocks us with coincidence."
Oh, I like that. I'm going to steal that one. I'm definitely going to steal that one.
Morning, y'all. This is Connor from New Hampshire. You guys wanted voicemails about how people would cheat in college football.
Mm-hmm.
And you said like no drones, but I really think like technology is getting so advanced. Like you can get a drone with a camera with a times 50 magnification. You can get a little small drone. Coach puts his clipboard down. You swoop the drone in, take a picture of the clipboard or something like that. I think technology, and I know it sounds like kind of crazy for college football, but like stealth spying technology like drones and whatnot could really be the one that would work. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Have a good one.
So is he suggesting that the drones have some sort of like electronic sensor that can pick up on electronic communications?
I guess so.
Or is he saying that they're taking pictures from above of what the coaches have on their clipboards or iPads?
I don't know that that's going to do a ton for you.
Yeah,
because those sheets are...
You'd have to have super high-def cameras that then send...
I mean, the play sheets are on TV all the time.
That's true. I think in order to get the information that would be most useful, you would need to intercept the words that they say, right?
And you would need to know what they mean.
And then have them decoded somehow. I'm sure that Connor Stallions has just a binder of ways to cheat that he hasn't used yet.
Absolutely.
I
considered reaching out to him. He's I think he might be a Big T believer. He's a follower.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Why don't you reach out?
I didn't want to be like, hey, do you want to come talk about how to cheat?
Just DM him real quick and be like, hey, do you have any other ideas for how teams could be cheating?
Why don't you do it? If he follows me, he follows you.
Well, you just said he might be a Big T believer.
He might.
Or maybe he likes your name.
I think he actually likes the Brandon and me videos.
Let's do the next voicemail.
OCO Macrodosing crew, this is Jameson calling from the Cherokee Reservation in Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner. So my manifesto for cheating to build an almost, perfect type of football team would be to actually go the military service academy route. So I think with this current administration and the Department of Department of War, they might be amenable to maybe throwing a couple billy our way from the defense budget to go into the NIL. And as a last resort, if players didn't actually want to sign this outright, we could just fucking draft them. Who cares? We're the fucking Department of Defense. War, whatever. And their other route is if that didn't work and we wanted to go a little spicier with it, we could just go the Vladimir Putin way, invite all the wealthiest people to a room, lock them in there until they give us enough money that we have for our football program. So anyway, y'all stay handsome, stay beautiful, and fuck Texas. Peace.
I like that idea. Threaten them with drafting them if they don't go to Navy.
Interesting.
That could work. Yeah, I like that. Good idea.
Pete Hegseth is the OC.
Yeah, I mean, just you get a letter in the mail saying, hey, you don't sign with Navy, and we're shipping your ass immediately post-haste to Syria.
He's a VFL. We could actually do that.
I forgot that. He was a VFL.
And by VFL, I think he just lives in Nashville, and I think his kids like UT because they live in Tennessee.
Yeah. So he's not actually an alumni?
No.
Okay.
He went to Yale or Princeton or something.
Sounds about right.
Hey guys, this is Patrick from Auburn, Alabama. I was calling in about how I would cheat if I was a college football head coach. And one of my ideas that I had is if I was a college football head coach with this portal being as crazy as it is, one thing I would do is I would recruit at least 2 guys from each side of the ball again that played for every team that's on my schedule. So I'm here in Auburn, so when Auburn plays Baylor in the opening game in Mercedes-Benz, I would recruit 2 guys from Baylor that played on both the offensive side and the defensive side. And funny enough, Auburn actually already got one of their running backs. And so those guys have played in that system. They have also been around the program, so they can give some ins and outs of what goes on and just constantly keep rotating those teams. So Auburn, after that, they play Southern Miss, and so I would have 2 guys from Southern Miss. They'd be able to do some scouting reports, tell us about well, that actually wouldn't work too well because they just got a new head coach. But anyways, you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Just constantly rotate some guys that come in and out of the program, but do it schedule-based. So I guess recruit based on my schedule. Stay handsome, stay beautiful, War Damn Eagle.
That's a good idea, too.
This actually plays into a theory I have.
Okay.
And it's not so much a theory. I think it's just flatly true. There's so much movement in college football now that offenses are down a little bit compared to several years ago. And I think that's because you can't run as unique of a system as you want to because you have so many players coming in and out every year. That's why all the offenses in the NFL are more or less the same, because there's so much player movement. You can't run some crazy system that like nobody else has seen before because you just have too much freedom of movement to do it. And I think college football is becoming that way, where teams who would otherwise have run these really complex, unique systems are now having to trim that down a bit because half your team is new every season.
That's fascinating. But I do think that there would be some merit to what this guy's saying, where you recruit, if it's a team that has a returning coach, returning offensive coordinator, getting at least a little bit of intel, you could probably get something from it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they've got some contacts still at their old school that don't play, that aren't happy with their coach.
Yeah, I'm not saying this would hurt at all.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Hey, this is Derek from Atlanta. Wife and I listen to y'all every week, so very excited to be calling in for the first time. I was giving some thought into the most creative way to cheat in college football, and I think I figured it out. We're going to go for the good old-fashioned honeypot, so you're going to need a female friend, moderately attractive, because you don't want them to be too hot so that they get suspicious. But we're going to target those guys on the sideline who wear the off-color team polos that call in the signals. So you're going to have your friend meet up with one of those guys around, I don't know, February, start a relationship, and then slowly figure out the password to his laptop. Typically, people pick one password when they're like 10 and stick with that their whole lives, make a few modifications. So once she gets the password, he goes out, leaves her alone, log in, get all the team info on like the team portal or huddle, whatever college teams use, and boom, every single play call, everything. Give that back to your team, and that is the best way to cheat. Thank you guys very much, and also I know Mad Dog and Mackenzie are itching to talk about heated rivalry, so I'll throw in the opportunity now. Stay handsome, stay gorgeous. Bye.
I like where this guy's head's at. I think you can go the Connor Stallions route with this, and you can, if you do some sort of honeypot operation, you can figure out if it's their week to be the actual signal guy and not the decoy.
Yeah.
Like you're getting them ready for the game. Like, honey, is it your turn to be the actual guy today?
Yeah.
It's a big day for you. Let me cook you an extra special breakfast. You're gonna need that energy. And then you let the opponent know, hey, yeah, it's my guy's day. And then they know to zero in on what your hand signals are.
Yeah, could be.
Any other heated rivalry takes?
You guys don't want to hear the conversations Mackenzie and I are having.
She's correct.
They're extremely
horrifying.
No.
Oh my God.
we are at an ill level.
Yeah. It's a mental illness.
It's a mental illness. I'm staying up to watch late night television because they're on it. I don't know if I've ever done that ever.
Were these guys known at all before this?
No, this is like both of their first acting gigs, which also makes it so sweet.
So guys, for a long time, it's been no secret that we occasionally enjoy watching two women
smooch,
enjoy each other's company.
Hunting wives.
Didn't think that it went the other way.
I didn't either. It was a revelation to both of us how much we enjoyed watching that.
Do we have any more voicemails?
One, yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Macrodosing? This is Cade from Phoenix, home of America Fest, the one and only America Fest Arian. Unfortunately, sucks to see you weren't able to pop out, but maybe next year. If I remember hearing correctly, I remember you guys talking about ways to cheat in college football and our ideas for that. I don't know how well this would work, but I think my idea would be at this day and age, every team has their own production crew for whether it's recruiting or just like making hype videos, all of that stuff. And I feel like it's become more and more prevalent year after year because of how much it means for recruiting and looking good on socials. So I think what I would do to cheat would be obviously have a production crew, but then also have a fake group of people, or real people, but fake group, in association with that production crew that has cameras, all the audio equipment and whatnot, but they're not actually cameras and it's not actually audio equipment. It just looks that way. And then the actual functions of those cameras and equipment would be to intercept the radio waves of the communication between the OC or head coach to the quarterback. It would take a couple of years, I think, to really figure it out and, get game plans around certain play calls and whatnot, but I think that could work out pretty well. I don't know how the technology would work, but really above my pay grade. So, yeah, that'd be my way to cheat, and I think it could be a pretty solid one. Everybody stay beautiful. Big T, especially you, stay beautiful.
Appreciate you, brother.
I think tapping the headsets it's an interesting one because you'd have to be able to have the technology to get the communication, but then you'd have to be able to decipher it and then adjust on the fly. So there's a gap there where it's like you could hear the words that they used, but I don't think that coaches would immediately be able to identify the play unless they ran a very, very similar system.
I think in college, most of the verbiage isn't like if you're a football coach, you can figure it out. But the best thing to do is what some people seem to think Indiana has done, which is you hack into wherever they've got practice film and stuff, and then you can just recognize, hey, this formation 80% of the time it's this play.
Wouldn't you, if you ran, like if you were an administrator for the software system, you would be able to identify that somebody was hacking into your like a different school's thing, right?
I would assume, but I don't.
Like if there was a breach, but I guess then if you have massive data breaches, you probably wouldn't be super inclined to tell everybody that, because then you would not be able to do business.
What if Indiana did my idea and they paid a bunch of walk-ons to give them their logins?
Ooh. Yeah. That's a realistic idea, I think. You just need one guy from each school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if every team keeps that information in silos, where if you're like a walk-on, you play on special teams occasionally, if you would have full access to offense, defense.
The thing that makes me just pause a little bit is Old Dominion played them close. It was 27-14.
Yeah.
And their first play was a 75-yard touchdown. And the implication is that Old Dominion doesn't use that technology because they don't have enough money for it.
I mean, they still have a budget. It's not like ODU doesn't have a football team.
For sure, but they're not using the high-level stuff that Big Ten teams are.
How much do you think it would cost to get a subscription to that?
I don't know what all is involved in it, but I don't know.
Let's see. Indiana.
It is weird that they beat Oregon and Alabama by 100 points and Old Dominion was within 2 touchdowns.
That is weird.
Granted, I think it was their first game, so like obviously very different from August to January. But
so on the homepage, they've got Alabama here. I guess Alabama's a client too.
You're on the company's website.
Yeah, but I'm sure a lot of people are checking this out. They've probably scrubbed it.
Yeah.
Just on the homepage here, it says, they've got a lot of soccer teams that use it. So it looks like Argentina, the national team uses it. England, Arsenal, Brazil, the Ravens, Duke. I assume that's Duke basketball. Kansas City Chiefs use it. The story of Catapult.
I saw the name of another company in one of these tweets too. I wonder if I have it bookmarked.
So it's an Australian company. Do we have any ties between Indiana and Australia?
Do they have an Australian punter?
They might.
They never punt, so I don't know who their punter is.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm trying to see if they have like leadership team or anything like that. I don't see anything about the leadership team. All right, well, these are good suggestions. I think that we've covered a lot of them. Probably left out a few. If you feel like there's an idea that you have that we haven't talked about, let us know at the voicemail line. What's that voicemail line again?
347-560-0401.
But I do think that Cristobal is uniquely situated to be able to handle security. He's the one guy. That said, Big T, what's your prediction?
I bet on Indiana minus 7.5. I just if they're gonna burn me again, at least this time it'll be because they lose.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Miami gets out to a lead so that I can hedge.
Yeah, I do. I'm fascinated that the games in Miami's home stadium that they never fill up for their own home games. I'm fascinated. If Indiana wins, there's an argument they're the greatest college football team ever. It's the best story in the history of college football, I think.
Yeah.
And it's maybe the most improbable story in the history of sports.
It's right up there. It's up there with Leicester City.
Yeah, but Leicester City, and I guess not to say that Indiana doesn't, they have the Heisman Trophy winner, but like Leicester City had, looking back, a really good amount of talent on that team. I don't know, man. It'd be insane.
It would be. If they blow Miami out, you have to have the conversation about LSU.
I would pick LSU to win the game, but Indiana would be the first team to ever win 16 games, other than like I think Yale in the 1800s or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I looked up their schedule that year, and they were playing Division III schools and YMCAs, and
I think
I'll go out on a limb and say Indiana's the first team to win 16 games.
I think that if Indiana does it, you could pick your number against that LSU team, and I would take LSU.
Really?
Yeah. I think from
like 16.5.
Probably. From a talent standpoint, I mean, Indiana's very talented too, but that LSU team was just stacked with pros.
So if they were to play
really
right now,
pros.
what do you think the score would be?
I think LSU would win by probably 20.
Really?
Yeah. That offense was.
I think you're out of your mind.
The offense was scary.
It was.
I mean, they beat. What was the score in that game against Oklahoma?
Like 63-20 or something.
Yeah. It was more lopsided than the Indiana-Oregon game somehow.
Yeah.
63-28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same building.
It was an ass kicking beyond all ass kickings. All right. Well, that is macrodosing for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for being late.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. It's a bad feeling, though, when you wake up and you realize, oh, shit, I'm already supposed to be at work.
You have me paranoid about my alarm not going off for WUB tomorrow now.
That was the first thing I did when I woke up. After I said, oh, shit, I then checked my alarm to make sure that tomorrow would work.
So had you just not set it?
I think what happened was I set it. I did not save it. I did not turn it on.
Okay. So it wasn't set.
Yep.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. Love you guys.
Goodbye.